Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Bol Jai Shri Radha Girdhari Bhagwan ki Jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki Jai Shri Giri Govardhan ki Jai Shri Rukmini Dwarkadish Bhagwan ki Jai Shri Sitaram Lakshman Bhagwan ki Jai Shri Laddu Gopal ki Jai Shri Radha Neela Madhav ki Jai Nijai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bol Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories of Lotus feet of Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Srimati Mahavishnu Goswami Namine. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurmani Prachayana Niveshesha Sundari Kashatari Sarani. Hare Krishna. Okay, am I legible to everyone? Everyone can see me? Has my screen frozen? Has my screen frozen? No? Well, I can see myself frozen. I don't know what's happening. Okay, well, I'm frozen there. But anyway, I can see you guys, so please turn your screens on. We are on our beginners program, interactive program. No screen on, you are not allowed to participate. Hare Krishna. All right. So, who remembers what we were discussing last time in our beginners program on the concepts of Bhagavad Gita? Suchi? You were reading? Remember what we were discussing?
We were discussing the yoga process, and then the next paragraph, we have read the next paragraph.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Pratika. You were there. This is just a second or third class for you. What, do you remember anything? Everything is Krishna. We spoke about Krishna, Prabhuji, of course. Yes, okay. All right. Okay. We were discussing super consciousness, and we completed that super consciousness. Right? Now we are going to talk about and discuss about. Now, you may see me, you may not see me. Okay, now things may go a bit obstacle. Do you see me now, or is it blank now? I'm gone with this thing. My video is off for you?
Yeah, it's off.
Now it's off. Okay, now it will be on. Hare Krishna. Okay, so I'm now trying to share. Okay. Okay, sharing is a bit different here. I enter URL. Right. Okay, hold on, please. Right. This computer is very easy. This is a bit, they're trying to put everything in one, this thing, on the phone. So I have to get a URL and then share the URL. Can everybody see this?
Yes.
Yes.
But you can't see me.
We can still see you.
You can see me. Well, I can't see myself. Okay, right. No problem. Wonderful. So who would like to volunteer in our discussion today? Who would like to read this, please? What do you read? Pratika, can you see this on the screen? Very well.
Again, Prabhu says, Preeti, you're talking about Preeti, Prabhu, correct? Kritika.
Preeti, right, sorry, Preeti, Kumari. God, yeah. Yes, the audio is.
I'm supposed to be.
Sorry,
Yes,
okay, you can't.
There's network issue. I would suggest someone else to read because
Right.
maybe my voice is not clear.
Sure. Thank you. No problem. Right, Suchi, can you read then, Suchi?
Yes.
Can you please speak a bit loudly, Suchi?
Yes, Surya, am I audible?
You are audible a little bit low.
Okay. Is it clear, Prabhuji, now?
Yeah, that's okay now. You're much better now. Thank you very much. Let's start. What do you read, Suchi? What do you see there?
Okay. Human society or animal society?
Yes. Are we human society or are we animal society? What do you think we are?
Sophisticated animal society till yet.
All right. Let's see. Let us see. Let's start now.
Human society or animal society? In an interview with India's Bhavan's Journal in August 1976, Srila Prabhupada asked, how can there be happiness or peace in animal society? They want to keep people like animals, and they are making a United Nations, simply a dog's race. The dog is running on 4 legs, and you are running on 4 wheels. That's all. And you think that the 4-wheel race is advance of civilization.
God, who bought a new car? Anyone has bought a new car recently? Right? I'm sure they don't like this. They don't like this, All right. Okay. Let's start, Suchi. Let's start the interview.
Interviewer. The first question is this: is the influence of religion on the vein?
Vain,
And
vain
if so,
means declining.
yeah. And if so, does this factor amount for the increase in corruption and the widespread deterioration of moral values? Srila Prabhupada ji. Yes, religion is on the wane. This is predicted in Srimad Bhagavatam.
Canto 12, chapter 2, verse 1. Okay, you know the meter for this?
Uh,
No
yeah,
problem. No.
I'll-
Tataschanudinam dharma. Repeat, continue.
ततश्चानूदीनां धर्मः
Continue.
सत्यं शौचं कश्मादया
Kshamadaya.
क्षमादया
Very good, very good.
कालेन बलिना राजन् ननक्षत्य अर्युबलं स्मृतिः
Nangshatyahur balam smrutihi. Very good.
नाक्षता अयुर्बलं स्मृतिः.
So this word, I don't know if I can highlight this. Can you see my highlighting there? Can you see the highlight? No? You can see. What is that word?
Yes, yes.
What is that word?
शौचं
Shaucham. And what is your name?
शुचि.
So it's the same word,
Yes,
right? Right.
yes.
Very good. Okay, now read the translation. Continue.
In the Kali Yuga, the present age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the following things will diminish: religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, mercy, duration of life, bodily strength, and memory.
Okay, now second time read and go slowly.
Okay. In the Kali Yuga, the present age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the following things will diminish: religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, mercy, duration of life, bodily strength, and memory.
Yes, please continue.
These are human assets which make the human being distinct from the animal. But these things will decline. There will be no mercy. There will be no truthfulness. Memory will be short, and the duration of life will be cut short. Similarly, religion will vanish. That means that gradually we will come to the platform of animals.
Now just one second. So here, what I've been saying here in this particular verse is that Tataschanudinam dharma satyam shaucham kshamadaya kalena balina rajan nangshati ayur balam smrutihi. So in the Kali Yuga, the present age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the following things will diminish and slowly go down. First is religion, go down. Truthfulness, go down. Cleanliness, mercy. These are four pillars of society and religion. Religion, religiosity, truthfulness, cleanliness, and mercy. The duration of life will reduce, bodily strength reduce, and memory gone. Okay. So we may think that we are very clever and we can, people should respect us, etc. But that's not how it is. That's not how it will be. Slowly and steadily, when we say it will wane, it will diminish, many people will lose interest in religion. Yeah. Today, in this time, this age of Kali, the dharma is standing on only one leg. There are four legs of dharma. First is religiosity, second is truthfulness, cleanliness, and mercy. So religiosity is finished in the first of the Satya Yuga. Okay. Cleanliness, mercy is gone till Treta Yuga. What is remaining is only truthfulness. So right now in the age of Kali, only on truthfulness, the whole religion is standing. Just imagine the situation. And we don't even follow truthfulness. Yeah, I think we've got new participant here. Let's check. I think I saw Jatin Bhai there. Is he there?
He just left, Prabhu.
Oh, he just left. Hare Krishna. Okay, all right. So, truthfulness is the quality on which religion is standing, the whole dharma is standing. Now, truthfulness is so powerful that even untruthfulness has to take shelter of truthfulness. Is it not so? I always take this example. How untruthfulness has to take shelter of truthfulness? Can you tell me? Suchi? Do you have any idea? Can you try?
Actually, Prabhuji, my question was in regards to that statement which you mentioned.
That was a question. Good question.
Yeah.
This was my question.
As Prabhuji, like for me, my practical life has just started, and there are many times where I find that the place where I am working, the people are dishonest, but I have to maintain honesty there. The system is corrupted, but I am honest. So in that situation, what a person should do, an honest person.
Well, for that, we should first understand whether it is true that untruthfulness has to take shelter of truthfulness. That's the first question we have to answer. You answered the question yourself. Untruthfulness takes a shelter of truthfulness. What do you think, Prati?
Yes, Prabhuji. Even I will also go with Suchi Mata because I am also dealing with the same situation in my organization where I'm working.
Yes.
But sometimes it's really hard to stand with the truth because everyone else is against you, and at that time it becomes very, very difficult to stand with the truth. I will
Yes,
not lie. Sometimes I have even taken the side of untruth, knowing that I'm doing wrong. What to do?
So, are you happy taking the side of untruth?
No, not at all. But it seems inevitable that we don't have any option. It seems
You don't
like
have an option.
that. Although we have, if we go in the
We don't have an option.
it seems probably. I'm not saying that. Maybe we don't have that knowledge or wisdom that time to look around for other options.
Okay. So truthfulness always is going to be strong even in Kali Yuga. Because for untruth to stand, one requires truthfulness. Even that requires truthfulness. For untruth also to stand, it requires truthfulness. That's why those people who are speaking false and lies, they also say, I'm telling you the truth. Is it not so? Is it not so? Yeah. Nobody can say, I'm telling you lies and then tell you something and say, believe me. They also have to say, I'm speaking you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Trust me. So that means even untruthfulness, falsity, has to take shelter of truth. Is it not shelter? For lies to survive, they require truthfulness. People cannot say, I'm a liar and I'm lying to you and I'm telling you, you give me 1,000 rupees right now, I'll give it to you tomorrow, but I'm lying. I'll never give it to you. Just give me now. Will they give you? Will he receive any money? No. He will receive money and say, I am promising you. I give it to you in 1,000 rupees back tomorrow morning. I'm telling you the truth. I never speak lies. With all my honesty, I'm telling you, give me the money. So they have to take shelter of it. Now, truth being the overriding quality in which dharma is standing in Kali Yuga, the truth will give shelter to everyone, including untruthness, false. So why will it not give shelter to somebody who is truthful? Let us take a practical example, all right? Now you tell me, Suchi, you have a situation in the office where people expect you to be truthful, but they are untruthful, right? So they want you to be truthful. Every employer would say that you have to be truthful. Every manager will say this. When manager is appointed, his manager who appoints him will also say the same thing. You should be truthful. It should be a quality, truthfulness. But to do the job, come on, we have to do these things. What do we do? Tell me, what do we do? Do we take shelter of untruthfulness or take the shelter of truthfulness? Now, truthfulness doesn't mean foolish. You must understand one very important thing. Foolishness is different. You should be very shrewd to give out truth. We are also trying our best to be truthful in the way that we are preaching, showing direction to everybody. But at the same time, we know who of you are untruthful. Anisha, why are you showing your face, please? You're showing after such a long time, man. Can you show your video, please? We have forgotten how you look like. So, truthfulness will always prevail. Untruthfulness will keep on shading, protecting this, that, all this down, What do you say in Indian language? Pani kam chai, chai kam pani, something like this they have got. Bombay word, Your tea has got less milk. Chai kam pani, something like that is there, Chai kam pani, your tea, chai kam pani. A complete nonsense. So, yes, that doesn't mean foolishness. But if you have got practical situation, we can discuss that also. We have done jobs, we have done business, we can talk about it. It's up to you whether you want to compromise on it or not. Just remember this point. If I want to take 1,000 rupees from you, and I tell you, give me 1,000 rupees, I promise you I'll give it to you tomorrow. Like this they do. All these things they do. What nonsense, I don't know what it means. But I promise I'll give it to you tomorrow. I need it now. And the tomorrow never comes. So what has he done to you? What has that person done to you? Cheated you, right? And he might say, I cheated this person, I made a fool of this, I made a monkey of this, Mickey of this person. Has he really? In the eyes of providence, what has this person done? He has destroyed faith in humanity in the eyes of that person who trusted him, one person at a time. You think that person would be spared by providence? You tell me. I understand. You don't have to tell me. If you are going to become a big person, prosperous person, organization, politics, lies, you have to speak, all these things you have to do. But the dharma of this age is standing only on truthfulness. Pray to Krishna. Krishna is called Param Satya, supreme absolute truth. The supreme absolute truth, Param Satya. How can his devotees not be worshipping Satya? Nobody. There are devotees, there are people who will say, Ambrish is very sure, you can't trust him. Yeah, I'm telling you this. There's a big line who would say, you can't trust this guy. I have not spoken a single word of untruth to them. But it comes at a value. Remember this. It comes as a value. And you should decide the value of your truthfulness. That's why I told you, being truthful doesn't mean foolish. You will speak the truth and finish it up. No, it comes at a value. Why do you want to know the truth? Why do you want me to be truthful when you are untruthful? Why do you want me to change when you have changed? You explain to me this first. Simple. I was in sales. I used to do it. My boss would tell me. I take this example all the time. Why don't you tell this to this client like this? I said, if you are my client, would you like if I tell this to you like this? He said, no. This is in my performance review. You can't do this. You are young people. Just started your career. I was not in my starting of the career, but I was in a new country. So it was new as well for me. So do you want me to speak like this to you if you are my client? So at the end of the day, what do you want target to be achieved? No? If it's not achieved, you come and talk to me. And at the end, he would say that in your process, it takes time to achieve the end, but you achieve, you come to the end. And those who speak lies, they achieve more to them. They can do whatever they want to. They keep achieving it, no problem. Good for them. But truthfulness is something where everyone takes shelter. And I can tell you, the same people, when there will be fights and all that, they would say, no, he's innocent. Leave him alone. He's not involved in these things. You see, they're clean. Then our character is clean. I don't know how devotees can be lying. I just can't understand this. The diamond doesn't you find them lying to achieve whatever things you want to achieve. I can't understand it. And I'm not going to say they don't lie. I'm saying yes, they do. Can you trust devotees? Don't trust anybody. Trust Prabhupada's words. Follow Prabhupada. Yeah. But remember, always put a value to your honesty. So what is the value we put in our honesty in our preaching program? We already told you. So come on, tell me. What is the value we put in?
That you trust Srila Prabhupada's words.
Yeah. So what is an exchange? What is the value we put in? Why do we give you what do you have to give?
Honesty.
Loyalty.
sir.
Sorry? What do you have to give?
Loyalty.
Yes, loyalty. If you want honesty, you give loyalty. If you don't want honesty, don't show your face. You'll automatically slowly weed off, you know. Slowly you go away. You won't fit in. So don't expect big numbers in our program. It's not extraordinary to have big numbers in our program. That's why we're making preachers. And I can tell you, Dharma stands only on honesty and truthfulness. So let's give truthfulness a chance. As I said, don't think you should be honest, you should be foolish. Don't think you stay in the court of law and you expect to give honest answers and you have to understand. So why should there has to be value to that? When satisfied with the value, but you don't have to budge. Abstaining is also an answer. Not speaking is also an answer. Speaking is also an answer. And I can tell you, people who deal with me in devotee community, I'm like live fire. When they come to me, I'm my devotees. They say, oh, we should be careful, these guys. You know. It's not like this, because you are dishonest, foolish, nothing else. You are happy to say this and then say something else. I don't do that. What I said this to you is true after 2 years. You say something, you speak on our back something, and do something else, and do something else. This is your fickleness of the mind. If you are not honest, you always have fickle mind. You always say, but mind goes away. What do I do? Of course. Basic things you're not following. 100% you foolishness it is. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Absolutely fine.
Priti, what do you think? Do you agree with this statement, Priti?
Yes, Prabhuji, I agree.
So what will you do if you've taken a wrong position? What we should do now? Has it hurt anybody by taking a wrong position? Has it destroyed someone's career?
No, Prabhuji, not at all.
Not at all now?
Yes, but one statement which comes to my mind right now is I've heard people saying that in today's world, am I audible?
Just continue. In the world,
People say that it's impossible to do business without lying.
yeah, that's why. It's impossible to do business without lying. Those are the people who are not leaders. Although they may be leaders. You tell them honestly and tell them this. You don't tell your clients, if you are in sales, this is what it is. The difference between this and this is not much. Take this. Or this and this is better, this is what it is. This is not what it is. The client will say, I want to deal with Priti only. Wherever she goes, I'll go with the person. With here. If you're in sales, if you're not in sales, I'm telling you this. Your value will be held in gold. But do not give it out so easily. Because what you're giving is very, very valuable. So if an honest person is giving association as a devotee or non-devotee or whatever it is, okay, there is value to be attached to this. As friends, how much are you willing to pay back for this? Let it go. Those who want it will come to you. These are not
sometimes it requires a lot of strength. That in our face, people pretend to be very nice, and when they are talking to somebody else, when we are not there, they are talking reversible. I mean, upside down.
Yeah, that's always this nature. Remember one thing: if a person is speaking to you about somebody else, that means the person is speaking to somebody else about you. Remember this point. What is the value of this kind of people? They may be very rich, they may be very prosperous. What is the value of this kind of people? What is the value? Dogs and cats. Fickle-minded people. कुछ वैल्यू नहीं. So don't waste your time with these people. If they want to do something, well and good. If they don't want to do it, all glories to them. It is okay? Right, hold up my phone. Okay, anyone wants to say anything from our big devotees, please? Go on. Feel free.
Hare Prabhu, you gave a very nice example of give me 1,000 rupees and I'll return you back tomorrow. And and tomorrow never comes.
Tomorrow never comes.
And that has complicated our life so much that there are so many complex contracts now. If you want to buy something, house, business, or anything, or you want to deal something, life has actually become complicated just to stick to that truthfulness. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? When there's so many clauses, if this, if that happens, and it actually makes, as you rightly said, it makes things complicated. And the basic idea is that they stick to their truth, they stick to their commitment, and we actually make things complicated. Yeah, that's what I want to tell you.
Yeah. So at least amongst us, amongst our devotees, we should not have complications, that we must not have. We should be very honest about things. And no, there is no question about lying. There is no question about deceit. No question at all. It's not possible. Then we are not devotees. Okay, should we continue further, or somebody wants to say something? It's a very, very important thing. The very first point Prabhupada says is very critical. Are this clear with the beginner's program, devotees? We'll keep coming to this again and again. But as I said, honesty does not mean being foolish. People should not come and say, you tell me honestly and you give me honestly like a popat lal. No, don't be like this. You should be very shrewd. What do you deserve my honesty for? Tell me. What you deserve, I'll tell you. But don't tell me to fall at your level. All right, let's continue with our discussion then. Hare Krishna. Now, where did we go? Oh my God, you are. Oh. Right. Okay. Yes, Suchi, can you continue, please? Interviewer, religion will vanish.
Okay. Yes, please. Religion will vanish. I'll become animal. We'll become animals. Srila Prabhupada ji. Especially when there is no religion. It is
Sorry.
simply.
Sorry to interrupt. Suchi Mother, can you please repeat a little louder?
Your voice is not clear, Suchi. Sorry, your voice is not clear.
Is it clear now, Prabhuji?
Right. It's a bit low. But continue. Let's start speaking. We'll see.
Okay. Srila Prabhupada ji. Especially when there is no religion. It is simply animal life. Any common man can distinguish that the dog does not understand what religion is. The dog is also a living being, but he is not interested in understanding the Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhāgavatam. He is not interested. That is the distinction between man and dog. The animal is not interested. So when the human beings become uninterested in religious things, then they are animals. And how can there be happiness or peace in animal society? They want to keep people like animals, and they are making a united nation. How is it possible? United animals society or united animals? These things are going on. Interviewer.
do you see any hopeful signs, Srila Prabhupada? At least they have
Just one second. Sushi, what do you understand about this? So when the human society becomes interested in religious things, then there are the animals. How can there be happiness or peace in animal society? They want to keep people like animals, and they are making United Nations. How is it possible? United Nations, United Animal Society for United Animals. United Animal Society for United Animals? These things are going on. What do you understand by this, Suchi?
Prabhuji, here Srila Prabhupada is saying that the only thing that human beings have is the interest or the free will, which we say, that we want to learn, or we want to understand what religion or a true pure religion wants us to understand and is saying. If this would not be the case, then certainly.
What is United Nations? What has got Prabhupada used the word United Nations? The UN. What has that got to do with this?
Like United Nations wants peace and harmony, but if we're going to act or behave like animals, then there will be no United Nations or peace or harmony.
Okay, thank you. Priti, what do you think?
Yes, Prabhuji, I do agree with Suchi Mata. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
But my screen has been...
No, we can see you.
So, I want your discussion first.
No, I want to ask you, what do you understand by this? What did Prabhupada say about United Nations?
Yes, actually, I'm clueless right now.
Okay, let's see what's happening in current situation in Ukraine and Russia. Right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, what one party is doing, attacking the other party, right? Right? And they are saying that the party who is attacking is the wrong party. And they are giving all these explanations about why they are wrong, atrocities. Right? Okay. They're saying that this has been bombed, that has been bombed, all these things happening, right?
Yes.
Have you heard any news from Russia?
Yes,
Their side of the story?
Sorry?
Their side of the story?
Yes, this is all they are fighting for, more expansion, trying to I'm not able to relate it with what Prabhupada ji said.
The United Nations, if they want people to become like animals, they are making people animals. How can you have peace in United Nations?
Yes.
United Nation is meant for being peaceful, right? Is there any peace?
No, they
Right.
are treating humans like animals. They themselves are behaving like animals, and now they have set up such an organization which portrays that there should be international peace, but they themselves are creating this disharmony and this situation.
Do you remember when America attacked Iraq? Do you remember when they killed Saddam Hussein? He must be very young. You guys must be very young.
Yes.
Yeah, Divyanshi, remember? Divyanshi, you remember this? Who others also? Soumya, all this, Suchi, you guys may not remember. I don't know. Because in my computer, I can see all of you on the one screen. But here I have to move around. I don't even know who's there, who's not there. So it's a bit of a struggle for me. Right. So they said, they actually attacked Iraq and said, this guy has weapons of mass destruction and we must kill him. Right? I have heard, I've followed all these things, They would make video of Saddam Hussein smoking a cigar and memes. I don't know, there was no memes. And there was a video on ha ha ha, and he's Adolf Hitler and all those things. Exactly what you see here with Putin. I'm not saying Putin is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm just telling you this point, an example of this. Exactly history repeating. In Britain was the right hand of America. And the British Prime Minister, what was his name? Who was then the Prime Minister?
Tony Blair.
Tony Blair. Thank you very much, Mr. Ras. Tony Blair. Tony Blair, he also came out and said, yes, he has got weapons of mass destruction, he should be killed. Very wrong. Damn. And they attacked, and this guy would say, I don't have weapons of mass destruction. That doesn't mean Saddam Hussein was a saint. He was not saint. But he said, I don't have weapons of mass destruction. Don't have it. Come and check. America would go and check, nothing found. But said, no, he is hiding it. We know. Internet is telling us, satellite image is telling us is there. Let us attack him. They attacked him. They killed him. And ultimately, after that, when they went in, the soldiers said to the bosses, what have you done? There is no weapons of mass destruction. There are no weapons of mass destruction. We just destroyed a country. For what reason? For the oil. Before that, they attacked Afghanistan, saying that Taliban, they put a plane coming from and put the twin towers, attack Afghanistan. Afghanistan is nothing. They don't have an army also. Within few months, they changed from Afghanistan to Iraq. So why are you doing this? They have to tell the whole world this concept. It was a fraud. Say they have weapons of mass destruction. He can kill anybody, chemical weapons. He didn't have. You killed, couldn't find it. Same thing they did. And what did United Nations do? Supported this. That's right. Today what they're doing, same thing, right? So now you tell me, if United Nations has to stop a war, what should they do? Should they go and give weapons to Ukraine to say, here, we are giving weapons, fight them? What should United Nations say? Mr. Russia, you go back or we're all coming on you. Correct? But what are they telling you? Oh, if we do that, Third World War will break out. Oh my God, we should not do that. You're right? You really think so? If America, the NATO, and all these countries come together, whole world, and tell Russia, you, Mr. Russia, you go back now, or else we are attacking you, one nation. So Russia will say, we'll fight all of you together? No. No. What are they doing? Every year, every month, every few days, we are giving $800 million worth of weapons to Ukraine. Fight there. Now this, what they are not telling yet, the world, is that $800 million of weapon is not donated by them. Donation means no return. Here, it's a sale. They'll have to give it back to them. Money. Now Putin will say, is it? You're giving them money, weapons there, expecting money will come from you. I make sure money will not come. He said, I'll lose the war, but I'll make sure your money will not come. So by now, America has put in $3 trillion, $4 trillion already there. And he's saying, money will not come. I'll make sure that Ukraine economy is destroyed forever. You won't get the money back. Now you tell me, is this United Nations? Is this Sattvic? No, not at all. Everybody is having their own flags in United Nations. More and more flags are coming in. That means more and more interests are coming. India says, I will buy oil from Russia. Don't talk to me. They say, why are you buying oil from Russia? Well, you are buying oil from Russia, man. We are buying very little. You guys are buying so many more. Why are you talking to us? See, everyone has got their own interest. These are all international politics. It's not that simple. They don't want the war to finish. At the same time, they would be creating more nuisance for people in general. And Ukraine will be destroyed. Russia will be destroyed. And the world is destroyed. He will say, I will also destroy you. So inflation is going up. Everyone is in a complete chaotic situation. Why? Because everyone has got selfish interest. Nobody is sitting together and say, let's sit together as a team, as a country, and talk about our country, as a world, one world. No. Is this okay? So everyone has got their own selfish interest. It's the meaning of United Nations. Prabhupada is saying animalistic tendencies. All right? Okay, let's continue, please. Okay. Here we go. Please continue.
Interviewer, do you see any hopeful signs? Srila Prabhupada ji, at least they have detected that religion is declining. That is good. Declining means they are going to be animals. In logic, it is said that animal is a rational animal. Man is a rational animal. When the rationality is missing, then he is simply an animal, not a human being. In human society, either you become Christian, Mohammedan, Hindu, or Buddhist. It doesn't matter. There must be some system of religion. Human society without religion is animal society. This is a plain fact. Why are people so unhappy now? Because there is no religion. They are neglecting religion. One gentleman has written me that Tolstoy once said, unless dynamite is put underneath the church, there cannot be any peace. Even now, the Russian government is very strictly against God consciousness because they think that religion has spoiled the whole social atmosphere.
Continue.
Interviewer, it seems there could be some truth in that. Srila Prabhupada ji, the religious system might have been misused, but that does not mean that religion should be avoided. Real religion should be taken. It does not mean that because religion has not been properly executed by the so-called priests, religion should be rejected. In my eye, is giving some trouble on account of a cataract. It does not mean that the eye should be plucked out. The cataract should be removed. That is Krishna consciousness. Interviewer, I think history shows that many people have misused religion. Isn't that a fact? Srila Prabhupada ji, these people have no conception of God and they are preaching religion. What is religion? Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat
Pranitam.
Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavan pranitam.
Bhagavad Pranitam, yes.
Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.19.
Dharmaraj, the Dharmaraj, Yamaraj, he said this, his words. Yes, please continue.
The path of religion is directly
Enunciated
by the Supreme Lord. They have no conception of God. They do not know what God is, and they are professing some religion. How long can it go on artificially? It will be deteriorate.
Yes. Dharma Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam. See, that means the path of religion directly enunciated means started by, shown by. There's a meaning of enunciate, to begin, by God. God has done this. Then because you do not know, that's why they're saying my God, your God. Politics are involved. What religion has got to do with politics? Kali Yuga is that. Yes, please continue.
that has become the present condition. They have no idea of God. So how will they know what is the order of God? Religion means the order of God. For example, law means the order of the state. If there is no state, then where is the order? We have a clear conception of God, Krishna. He is giving his order and we accept it. It is clear religion. If there is no God, no conception of God, no order of God, then where is religion? If there is no government, then where is the law? Interviewer. Well, there
Oh,
could
sorry, something happened here. Hold on. What happened there? Sorry.
There is some.
1 minute. Sorry, where did I go now? No. Yep, here it is. Here we go.
Yes. Well, there couldn't be any law. If it could be an outlaw society. Outlaw. Everyone is an outlaw, manufacturing his own concocted system of religion. That is going on. Just ask, in any religious system, what is their conception of God? Can anyone tell clearly? No. No one can tell. No one can tell. But we shall immediately say.
Venum Kwanantam Aravinda Dalayataksam. Sing.
Venum
Kwanantam Aravinda Dalayataksam. Good. Bhāgavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam. Bhāgavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam. Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham.
Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham.
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Just continue.
I worship Govinda, the primeval God, Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute. Those blooming eyes are like lotus petal. Those whose head is bedecked with a peacock's feather, whose finger is beauty with tinged with
Figure. Whose figure?
Whose figure is beauty.
Of beauty.
Of beauty is tinged with a hue of blue clouds, and whose unique lovingness charms millions of cupids. Immediately, we can give a description of God. If there is no idea of God, then what kind of religion is that?
Okay, let's stop here. Yeah, okay. Do you understand this? Do you have any questions so far? What we discussed?
Prabhuji, how can a person who's not in Krishna consciousness would then understand if we quote a verse from Brahma Samhita?
Yeah. Well, then we should. That's why there's a need to preach Krishna consciousness. Is it not so?
Right.
That's why we have to preach Krishna consciousness to everybody. Those who do not know, we teach them. That's why we say there is an urgent need to preach. So we require unlimited preachers.
Yes.
Not that we are qualified to preach. We are not qualified to preach. But at least we are trying,
How can one,
Is it okay?
like a person like me, can start preaching? Like just make people aware and make them to come to class or give them prasadam. Is that also comes under the process?
Yes, of course. Of course. Why not? Why not? That is the main thing of preaching. One day, all of you will preach. You will have your own sessions. You will have your own people underneath you. Not now, but just like as you started studying, you went to kindergarten, then slowly you went to primary school, secondary school, and college, do B.Ed, and then you can teach. You can't teach when you're in kindergarten, can you? You can also, but generally people can't. People are doing it. Prahlad Maharaj, people are very less. But when we are qualified, trained, then you teach on behalf. That is the meaning of Sampradaya, disciplic succession. That's the whole purpose of Hare Krishna weekend. That's why you have a tutor whom you can ask questions. Avinash Saraswati Mata. They spend so much time in training your people, so much time, energy. And then that's why we come here, the beginners program, intermediate program, then serious program, and from there leaders program. Yeah. A leaders program, that's when the real training will be given. Then you'll assist people in doing that. Then you can teach. But in the meantime, you can, of course, bring people, preach to people, bring them to the program, Organized program, this program, whatever it is, You can move people here. That's how it is. This is the whole process. It's a very dynamic process we have got. And everyone is a leader there. So there's no one central person who handles everything. No. It may look like me doing it, but I'm not. I don't want to be. This is the whole point. Okay? Is this okay?
Yes.
Good. Thank you. Anybody else wants to say anything for now? On what we discussed so far? Anyone? All concepts are clear. Okay. That's good to hear. All concepts are clear. That's good to hear. Right.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, while we got you here and we talked about truthfulness and how it adds value to our lifestyle, our personality, our character. So can you also clarify that what kind of, I know you touched on this point, that what kind of people, because these young people are actually fighting with the world at the moment where hypocrisy is everywhere. And they have to actually struggle to find truthfulness. So now coming back to this, that what kind of people who actually lie or they don't support the truth. So what I have discussed, that those are the people who are actually insecure people, who feel insecure, and that's why by lying they feel they're secure. So can you further clarify on this?
Yes, thank you, Hare Krishna. So this was a point in your discussion, what you're saying, right? That you had some kind of discussion with everybody. Right. So So the thing is this, that insecurity stems from many sources. And insecurity also stems from one's envious nature. Everyone is envious. And everyone will say, but I don't want to become envious. What should I do? What? You don't have a magic bullet for it. If you don't want to be envious, don't be envious. What else do you want me to tell you? Yeah, people are insecure. Everyone is insecure. The main thing is this, that character and truthfulness. These two things go hand in hand. Values, character comes from values. You see, in the world, intelligent people always look for what values do you follow in a person. So all you people who are wanting to be marrying tomorrow, having life partner, you must check this first. What values do you follow? What are your values? Then you choose your life partner, your values. I'm telling you this. If you match your values, then even if you've got some deficiency in understanding each other, compatibility, but the values are acceptable, then you can still continue with your life in some peace. But if values are not compatible, if you have some values, the other person has some other values, it could be a bit hard. Unless you change, the person changes and mix it and all. So I believe that people are lying to select character. Character is value. Value comes from, there are schools which teach values, but they are irreligious schools. So you'll find that if there is no support from God or Krishna, even in the values, we find that those people will always, when good things happen to bad person, bad things happen to good people. If a person does not have mercy of Krishna, then good values will give him good birth in next birth. It will protect also. Truthfulness gives a protection too. Truthful protects by itself. Gives shelter, that's right. But a devotee who's truthful because Krishna is the supreme absolute truth, and as a devotee is truthful, then that values are transcendental. They give a lot of protection to the devotee. People who are speaking lies, they will never have character. Even if there is some value as education, the hypocrisy with them, the enviousness in them, will never allow them to accept a God. Even if they accept a God, what chooses them? I think he is God, and that's it, finished. They will not be more detailed. A person who's a great thinker, who's a deep thinker, cannot necessarily be a liar. Of course, there are, but you cannot necessarily lie. A deep thinker person who thinks about world philosophy generally are a bit more honest than. And Maharishi Goswami Maharaj would say that devotee children are a little bit more honest, than non-devotee children. So it's values coming from character which people lack. That's the point. You see, I'll tell you, nowadays, children grow up watching television and the Lord of the Rings. When my son was small, Lord of the Rings was around. So kids used to read Lord of the Rings books, you know. And the parents would be very proud to say, I remember we went to a party. And I remember one of among family people, what do they do? They sit together, they have the drink, you know, and the parent would say, you know, my daughter knows from every page of this Lord of the Rings, what is the word, what is the sentence you can say, narrate like this. I heard this. I said, thank God, my son cannot read Lord of the Rings and tell what. He did eventually. He knew all those things, but he was more of the Bhagavad Gita, Bhāgavatam, you know. It's a character. Now tell me, that lady, that girl, when the parents are not giving that character, they're very proud about the material things, and the lady has to do it herself. The girl has to do it herself. More hard work. But if a person is a deep thinker, understands the values of life, they should come to honesty first point, Prabhuji. And people are not generally deep thinkers. They're animals. That's why our prasadam distribution is always famous. Animals want food all the time. You know? A sparrow eats, Prabhupada says, and passes stool. Goes there, eats from in the beak and passes stool. They don't have any concept of things. That's exactly how human beings are. Is it not so? We should tell them, when you wash your hands after go to the toilet. They don't even do that. Yeah. I'm not about men, I'm about women. This was the research done in America. Actually, it happened. The research was in America, where they found out that after using public toilets, women don't wash their hands. So if you go to America or come to New Zealand or Australia, at least in India, they are a little bit cleaner, I found it. You know? They're a little bit more, there is wash their hands before food, after food. Here there's nothing. They just eat whatever, they think whatever, they just complete animalistic. Indian bird is very, very rare. So that's why I keep telling you people, don't think. It's rapidly going away. But it is very easy for people like us to teach you young people to be honest. Western is a bit hard. So we're telling you, where we start, wherever we get people. So you are our audience, we are teaching you. You will shine amongst all dishonest people. And find strength in standing alone. Learn this art. Learn this skill. I stand by my value. What do you want to do? You want that value, it will come at a price. Willing to pay? No, I'm not going to give you. You tell me honestly what happened. You tell me the truth. Why should I tell you? Yes, I'll tell you the truth. Why should I tell you? What will you do with it? What is the value? What is the value you're giving me? So you want exchange for truth, eh? No. I'm saying because I know you are a liar. So what will you use my truth for? Tell me. You say, wow, this guy is very complicated, very shrewd. But you have got team now. You're not alone. You've got whole Hare Krishna weekend team leaders like this. And you'll preach to people like this. So you're not alone anymore. You're very lucky, all of you. We stood alone. Even amongst devotees, we stood alone. And are still. Avinash, is it okay before I go and disturb discussion somewhere else? Character is because of character, values.
Yes, bro. You very rightly picked up all these young new members of our group. Actually, wherever they are in their family, among their friends, in their surrounding, they are actually standing on their own. And they do find solace when they come to here and they look forward to these programs. Am I right? Suchi, Divanshi, Parth is hiding, Soumya, and Preeti now. Yeah, Prabhu, yes, it does. They get a lot of strength from here. Because where they are at the moment, they are actually struggling with their own situation.
You don't struggle, just stand still. No problem.
Yes.
No problem. Don't think too much about it. Forget about it. They are going to come back to life again as cat or dog or human being or whatever it is. You don't want to come back. You don't do it. Just tell them this. You speak lies, you come back as a goat. What? What do you mean? I'll come as a goat. Yeah, of course, goat speaks anything. They bad, you can do anything all the time. Or you come as a frog. You're not goat, you go as a frog. What frog? Why a frog? Frog keeps on croaking all the time. And a snake comes and eats. We studied that net of instruction. Snake says, here is a frog, it's constantly croaking, I'm going to eat it. Eat, try. What is snake? Death. Okay. Remember this point. Everyone comes in this world crying. This world is not a place to come happily. Even a doctor or midwife who delivers the baby doesn't realize this point. Everyone comes crying. Everyone, we all came crying. We didn't want to come to this world. It's painful to come to this world. So you come to this world crying, we'll go from this world when everybody is crying and we are smiling. This is how we should go from this world. This Kabir Doha. Somebody should know this. Somebody should remember this Doha. Everybody remember this? This Doha? Anyway, you can search in Google and let me know. So, this is the point. Everybody comes in this world crying, but when we die, we should be smiling, the world should be crying. This is how we should die. And you can achieve this only by standing alone. Because if you would follow everybody else, you'd be crying to go also. So those who don't understand that they've come in this world crying, they have not understood this world is meant for crying. So when they leave, they're still attached to this world. That's why they're crying. So we should know, we should lead our life in such a way that we for time find out why are we crying when we come to this world, and why should we smiling when we get out of this world. You will smile only when you want to get out of this world and not come back again. You will cry because you're going to come back again in this world for your attachment. That's why you're crying. You cry, cry, cry. Is this okay?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Right? Anybody else want to say anything? Anything to clarify, to say before we finish? I'll wait for 10 more seconds.
Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Prabhuji, can you please sum up the today's class, what we have learned from the beginning to end, so I
should
can
summarize?
jot it down.
Sorry, what are you asking again, please?
Can you please summarize what we have learned in today's class from the beginning in 2-3 minutes?
Well, I think you guys should summarize, not me. I did the hard work. So let us start. What is the one thing you learned from today's class? Let's start with you. And everybody will give their one thing and we'll understand some of these. You'll get a summary. So what did you pick up one thing, important thing is important to you, today's class?
What I have mainly learned is we should stand by our values.
Very
This
good.
will help us to build our character, which is the most important thing.
Yes, very good. Okay. Yes, Suchi?
There
One
are
thing.
actually, there are actually many things that sticks to me. But the one thing that actually hits me the most is the honesty is not cheap. It comes with a value, and one should understand the value of uh, our own honesty. And the point which actually attracted me is the sometimes is that sometimes honesty has to take the shelter of dishonesty. That I'll going to meditate upon. Okay.
Very good.
Yes.
You're using our language now, meditate upon. These are Prabhupada's words, Contemplating, I was contemplating, meditating, very nice word. When I was new, I was very fascinated by these words. Wow. Meditating, contemplating, wow. Great thing. Very good. Okay, please jump in, all of you, one at a time. Don't make me ask you a question. What is one thing you learned?
And oh, sorry.
Just tell me your name, so I can't see everyone on the screen. So your name and what you learned, one thing. So I can know who's talking. So I can move the screen. All right, okay, here we go.
Krishna Das here.
Yes.
One thing I've learned is that to be honest also means to be shrewd. That you should be very selective with who you, interact with in that sense. So that's something I learned. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. We should
Hare
be
Krishna,
shrewd.
Prabhuji.
Who's this?
Devanshi.
Sorry.
Devanshi. I'm
Devanshi,
Devanshi.
Yes.
So what I learned from today, apart from what everyone else said, is that when you're standing with your own values, you'll often have to stand alone, and that's perfectly fine. Like you'll find later on it's difficult in the beginning, but as you keep going, people will respect you for it. So,
Good.
yeah.
Good. Thank you. Who else?
Hare Krishna Babaji, this is Sanjeev.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so I learned that truthfulness is the pillar that dharma is standing on this age. So loyalty, the truthfulness, we need to stand by truth on this age.
Good.
Yes, Prabhu.
Who ran away? Somebody disappeared. Who's this who disappeared? I can't see.
Priyanka.
Okay. No problem. Right. Let's continue. Thank you.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, this is Anish Prabhu.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I've learned is, like you mentioned about insecurity, and the insecurity comes from many sources. And one of the reason for insecurity is envious nature.
Yes.
And you gave a very nice, question and answer to that. Like what should I do? When everybody is envious, what should I do? And the simple answer I said, don't be envious. So that's what I've learned. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Baba.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm Soumya.
Yes, Soumya, yes.
So, Prabhuji, what I learned was that the honesty, someone is honest to you. So that honesty comes at the cost of being loyal to that person. So we should be loyal.
It is in your best interest. I'm telling you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
You'll find dishonesty people everywhere. Honesty people are very less.
Yes, Prabhuji. Definitely.
But you will never understand who's honest. I tell you, if you find somebody, don't leave that person.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Amitabh Bachchan is right, and I always say this, no? There's one thing I agree with him, that जो झूठे होते हैं, वो जो सच्चे होते हैं, वो कभी कभी गुस्सा कर देते हैं. हमने झूठों को अक्सर मुस्कुराते हुए देखा है. He's absolutely correct. Yes, thank you. Anybody else, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. I am Parth.
Yes,
and
Parth.
yeah, I learned, Prabhu, apart from all beautiful points already covered, Prabhupada were talking about the animalistic urges in ourselves and how real peace and prosperity can only prevail when we rise above those animal desires, which basically meant that first we need to come to the human platform. So yeah, that is what I picked up. And one thing that I think humans are even when they become animalistic, they're even worse off than animals. We do stuff that even animals don't. So like yeah, that's what I picked up.
Yes, it is in Shastra. This is correct. It's in Shastra. An envious snake, I was reading just yesterday. An envious snake and an envious human being. Which of them is worse? Envious human being is worse, because envious snake can be subdued by mantras and charm, charmed by mantras, but human being cannot.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, please. Is that it? Nobody else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Shital.
Yes, Hare Prabhuji.
The point that I learned today is truth is very powerful, and normally, people who are liars, they're afraid of truthful person. And the point really resonated with me is that actually we should not actually give the truth, very cheaply. I think we should actually make sure the person who's actually want to actually seek a truth, actually what value he can give. So being sure is not bad thing. You should be actually very being sure is actually helpful. And
you're protecting yourself.
Protecting, yeah. So that is actually something new, because I used to give truth very easily without thinking, but now it makes sense. Especially for pitching business, I think it's very, very important.
Yeah. That's right. Everybody wants from you, you won't give anything. This is only, I said this only with the one purpose, that I don't want to be sounding naive in this material world, where untruthfulness is everywhere. We'll be cheated every time. So people should not use us for our truthful things and cheat us. That's the only reason I said put some value there, Very nice. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, someone else, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. This is Organized, Krishna, Prabhu. I like the way you actually explained and covered that how truth is missing both at micro level and macro level. And that is the beauty of this Krishna consciousness at our individual level as well as at international level. Our tendency remains same. And that's where this concept actually fit everywhere, whatever we learn here. Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Jai, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I'm Sopan Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare
Yeah, what I learned from today's realization is that truthfulness, one should stand by truth. And dishonesty has to take the shelter of honesty. That's a very good point for me today. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Are we done? Is someone there still? Okay, anyway. So, Priti, you got the summary? So can't hear you.
Yes, I've got it.
So don't forget it.
Thank you so much.
You can refer to this again. It's recorded on our YouTube channel, so you can go and check and look it again. Okay, Hare Krishna. Okay, so whose turn is it today to sing Maharaj?
Hare Krishna, Babuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Subhadra, कैसे हैं आप? ठीक है?
I'm okay, Prabhuji.
Very nice. Madhav, ठीक है आप? Very nice. चलो चलो शेर जी. हाँ शेर आप आगे आ रहे शेर. चले. Start 1, 2, 3.
Maharaj, please hear us. Maharaj, please hear us. We have learned some real good stuff. Maharaj, we have learned one thing. And today for you we will sing. If our room is clean, then our mind is clean. If our mind is clean, we can do anything. If our room is dirty, then so are we. But if we are dirty, we're not happy. Wasting time is your greatest crime. Because wasted time means a wasted mind. So best is your time. When you're in your prime. In your whole life. Will be sublime. If your wealth is gone, then there's nothing wrong. But if your health is gone, that's a different song. If your character dies, then the world will cry. Only saintly behavior, that's a manatee thrive. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We must always remember Krishna. And never forget him too. But how are we to practice this with so many things to do? That is the greatest question. And here's the greatest clue. You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
Learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
So listen very closely. And make your thinking sharp. Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
If something due tomorrow, finish it today. Whatever's due today, do it now, don't delay. Your friends might be lazy or doing bad things, but you think again, again. Don't follow them. Don't follow them. And you will win the end. And you will win the end. Whatever work we're given. Whatever work we're given. We do our really best. We do our really best. We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, you'll see Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, you'll see Krishna every day.
When our time is up, he'll take us up above. You'll sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
When our time is up, he'll take us up above. We sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his names. The only one in the world will ever become same.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame. Is the only way this world will ever become sane.
Now please ask this greatest question.
Now please ask this greatest question.
And find this greatest clue.
And find this greatest clue.
You can only remember Krishna.
You can only remember Krishna.
If Krishna remembers you.
If Krishna remembers you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah.
Krishnadas? Krishnadas? So I can't see you. You there, Krishnadas?
Yep. Hare Krishna.
Right. Can you say Lord Nashikadev prayers, please? Just
Yep.
lead us.
Just start from Namaste Narasimha.
Yes, please.
Namaste Narasinghaya. Namaste Narasinghaya. Prahlada Daine. Prahlada Daine. Hiranyakashipur Vakshaha. Hiranyakashipur Vakshaha. Shrilatanka Nakalaye. Shrilatanka Nakalaye. Ito Nashringa Parato Nashringa. Ito Nashringa Parato Nashringa. Yato Yato Yamitato Nashringa. Yato Yato Yamitato Nashringa. Bahir Nashringa Rudaye Nashringa. Nashringa Rudaye Nashringa. Narashringa Madim Sharanam Prapade. Narashringa Madim Sharanam Prapade. Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipur Tanubringam Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipur Tanubringam Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Tava Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Tava Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Nashringadev, Jaya Nashringadev, Jaya Nashringadev, Jaya Nashringadev, Jaya Nashringadev, Jaya Nashringadev, Nrsingadev Jai Nrsingadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, 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 Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Jai Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, Jai Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 Jai Jai Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 Jai Jai Gurudev.
Jai Shri Nrsingadev Bhagwan ki Jai. Shri Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Shri Gurudev ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Shrimati Mahavishnu Goswamiti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurmani Putrayana Devi Shri Gauri Prasad Sarine. Hare Krishna. So we will this week conclude our